Hi there. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to put together 2 of the 5 projects that we did in the November 2020 Poinsettia Petals card class. Although it wasn't really a card class, so we'll call it the Poinsettia Petal class. Yes. Okay, so in this video, like I said, you can go onto my playlist and look under my Facebook live videos and you'll find the keepsake box. If you can't find that video, shoot me an email. The link is below and I'll send you the link to that. And then today we're going to make these 2. Now in another video, you can look on the playlist or on my YouTube channel and you'll find these. I haven't done the video yet, but that'll be next. So today's video, we're going to make the copper Slimline card. Look how pretty that is. And the gift card holder. Okay, so let's do the Slimline card first. Both are simple but very pretty. So I have a piece of cardstock here, and what is this measured? This is 8.5 by 7, and I scored it at 3.5, and that's just because that's the size envelopes we have. Slimline cards just means long and skinny. And then I have a piece here. This is copper foil, and it is I have to think for 3 1/4 by 8 1/4, and we're going to cut some flowers out because we're using the Poinsettia Petals stamp set and the coordinating dies that look like this. Okay, so let me first I want to get my dies prepared because I want to take these like this. We're going to put the insides. This is what embosses. Sorry, I'm out of the camera. Here we go. This is what embosses the flowers, this middle piece. The outline cuts it out and the middle piece embosses it. But I want to make it easier and watch me not have any washi tape right here. I'm sure, oh, here it is. My desk is kind of a mess. I had class, I did videos, I've been Christmas shopping, excuses, but I found the washi tape, so it doesn't matter. But I'm going to just take a little bit of washi tape here and hold my flowers together, especially because we're going to punch a bunch of them out. And this way I don't have to line them up every time. I only have to line them up twice. Okay, let's do the same thing to these other 2. And like I said, oh, that one went together fast. It's like a puzzle trying to find, and it gets simpler the more you use the dies. It's easier to see what goes where. But with the washi tape holding it, then you don't have to do it anymore, just one time. And the washi tape comes off really simple. It doesn't leave a sticky mess. You might have a little bit of, granite, but wait, and I'm not happy with how it's centered. Okay, there we go. Now I'm happier. And they don't have to be perfect. You won't even be able to tell. The embossing on these are so pretty that it just, watch, I'll show you if you haven't seen already. I'm almost done here, and I'm sorry, I probably should have done 2 of them before I started the video, but I didn't think about it, so. Okay, and the last one, and thank God you can fast forward through all this nonsense too, right? Okay, one more little piece just because I don't want them to come apart. And let me put that last piece of washi tape on my poinsettia. Now, if you know that you're going to cut out a ton of poinsettias, maybe all your Christmas cards, you need like 100 of them. I have 2 sets of dies, I'll confess. But I took one of my set of dies and see, I put the washi tape on there, and then I put some press and seal saran wrap and put that over my dies. And now the first time you can see the paper stuck pretty good. Now it didn't mess up, I still was able to cut out my poinsettias, but now my paper's not sticky or anything. The wax or the cling wrap, I think it's called, isn't sticky at all, and I can just take that and put it on there and poof, cut out a poinsettia. So that's an idea if you want to cut out a bunch of poinsettias. But for right now, we're only going to cut out the one out of this copper. So I'm going to bring in my plates just because I think it's easier to set them up before I have them in the machine, especially here on camera. So I'm going to set up my die cut machine with a platform number 1 and then plate number 2, and then a clear cutting pad that's not quite so clear anymore. And then this piece that's also the layer of your card. We're going to cut the smaller 2 flowers, petals. They're not flowers, they're petals on a flower from this. And now notice I've stuck the washi tape on there so I know they're not going to move. And then I'm going to put and make sure that you don't see, you still have a nice border and you don't see, get in the camera, Kathy, sorry about that. Let me get up, here we go. So now you can't see there's my dies, and it's going to cut from this piece and you don't see that. And then we're going to just run that through the die cut machine. Okay. And I guarantee those will be beautiful with that embossing. But let's go ahead and take, you have a scrap of copper in your kit too, and we're gonna lay the big flower on there. And to be honest with you, I'm not sure what size that copper piece is. It's just big enough to lay the largest flower. Can you see what I did? I keep going out of the camera because I'm not paying attention. Okay. So for now, we're done with the die cut machine. And let's take our flowers out of here. Our petals, I keep calling, well, they'll be flowers when we put them all together, huh? But let me get the... There we go. And I'm going to leave that washi tape on there. And look how pretty that flower is. Petal, petal, petal. One more time. And then this one. See, and now you can see how my 2 pieces of dies are holding together, and I won't have to set those up anymore. Okay, we don't need this piece. This piece we're going to go ahead and put some adhesive on the back. And now, since I have adhesive on the back and holes in here, I just have to be careful that it doesn't stick to my work surface. But we're going to just layer these 2 together like that. Is that not pretty designer series paper? I think it's beautiful. Okay, so then this strip is 12 inches by 1/2, and I'm going to put a little bit adhesive at the bottom here because I can kind of see where it's going to go on my paper, and then I'm going to turn around and put it at the top right there, and then just lay this in the center across here. I think, is that straight? Looks straight, close enough. And then trim with some paper snips, just trim the end of this here so it lines up perfect, excuse me, with your designer series paper, or with your layer here. And then a little bit more tape on here. And then I'm gonna just lay this. Now I'm gonna take that biggest petal and just make sure where I want it on my card. I think it looks good. And you know what, I think I cut this piece crooked, so I'm gonna go this route. This one looks straighter, that other one, and then I can cut him off again right here. Okay. And then I did what I said not to do and got it stuck to my work surface. But it doesn't matter, we're gonna trim that off. And now we have like our packaging on our card. Let's layer, well no, let's go ahead and take this piece now. Oop, wait, I have to fold this one first. Oh, I did, okay. Duh. So we're gonna take this piece and now layer it onto the front of our card. Just layer that right here onto that mossy metal card base. And I don't know if you look, I think this is a little bit crooked. Let's see how bad it looks after I put my poinsettia on there. So for this poinsettia, I'm gonna curl. The last 2 I didn't curl my leaves because I didn't know how it would look with the foil, but let's curl it and then we compare and see. Now to me, a poinsettia doesn't curl up and down, it curls kind of in, so I place my bone folder along this little line of the embossing and then just fold it up a little bit. And boy, the foil paper folds nicely. Kind of reminds me of aluminum foil. But there we go, there's one. Let's do the middle one. And like I said, we'll compare the two when I'm done and see which one we like better. And I wish, you know, I know that I saw this card. It's not my design. I cased it from a card that Wanda Williams showed me, but I'm sure Wanda Williams saw it on Pinterest, so I don't even know who exactly to give credit for this card. I'm giving Wanda credit, and I know that she cased it from somebody else. So if this is your card and you happen to watch my video, make sure you comment and let's give the right credit to the right person, because your card is beautiful. It could be Dawn Griffin. I'm trying to think if I saw this card on someone's blog or YouTube channel, but I don't know. Okay, so then like I said, I'm going to take, now that I have them all curled, I'm going to take a dimensional right here in the center of the big one and the medium one. And then let's start putting those two together. And we're going to stagger them so that they look like that. Look how pretty it is already. Yeah, I think I like them curled better than the flat. Of course I do. Duh. And then I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back of this one. And I'm going to put, I think I'm going to, well, I don't know how many. We'll see how many I fill when I'm done. I guess I'm going to put 3, but it doesn't matter. And you wouldn't even have to use dimensionals. You could just take some adhesive tape runner or liquid glue, whatever you want, and put this to the front of your card. And look, now you really can't even tell that this piece is well, I think it's pretty crooked. So also in the kit, I gave you 3 of the really, really pretty champagne rhinestones. And so I'm going to put 5 of those right here in the center. And these champagne rhinestones go so well with the gold. No, I'm sorry, with the copper. I can't do two things. I can't place rhinestones and talk at the same time. Is that sad or what? Anyway, and this time I'm going to make them into a little star. See what I think. I can show you the other ones. One time I stacked them on top of another. One time I just made them. But look how cute the little star looks on there. Okay, so let me show you the other one, because here's one. This is the one that I just scattered them on there, and this flower is flat and this flower is curled. Which one? Oh, totally the curled flower for me. Anyway, let's go ahead and do the inside of our card. That's going to be just a little bit of stamping, and I'm going to use the Mossy Meadow ink. I'm going to ink up the Merry Christmas, and I should have my Pierce mat, but my desktop is pretty good and solid, so I'm not going to look for it right now. But I'm going to stamp Merry Christmas right here, and if it doesn't work, then I'll get my Pierce mat. But nope, it looks really good. And then from my stamp set, I don't even think I have it mounted, I'm going to get this kind of fancy flower here. Maybe I am. It's sticky. There we go. This fancier flower and a big old block. I'm going to put a piece of scrap paper so I don't stamp on my work surface. Ink up that flower and then just stamp it here in the corner. Now you could go hog wild, you could do way more stamping. I'm just gonna finish this card simple like we did in our class. And there are lots of beautiful words in the stamp set that you could use instead of just the Merry Christmas. Let me put that in there, and there you have your Slimline card all done. So that's card number 1 for this video. Let's move to the next one. Now this one looks like this, and when you open it, the gift card pops up like that. I'm going to try to do the video the same as I did the class. If you want to go back, I have a dinosaur. It's a blue dinosaur video, and it's called a pop-up gift card. You can also watch that video. It's the same style. It's the same card. It's just decorated a little bit different. So let's get all the little pieces out of here. Now all the measurements, I'm working on getting all the measurements on my blog. So if you didn't order the kit and you're interested in making your own cards, you can go to my blog, becreativewithkathy.com, and find all the measurements there. Let's get rid of this. I got too much junk on my desk. Okay, so here we have a piece of cardstock. I know this is 4 1/4 by 11, and I believe it's scored at 2 inches and 7 1/2. But like I said, I would check my blog just to make sure, because I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. Okay, and then I have some designer series paper here, and I'm going to go ahead and put that on top of there. This is part of the Poinsettia suite. And these are 4 inches. This one I believe is 1 3/4. And this one fits right here on this bottom flap. I'm going to go this way so I can see it better and get it straight here. And this one, I'll be honest with you, I think it's 2 3/4, but I can't remember for sure. Make sure you visit my blog to get the right measurements. But this one is going to go up here. And excuse my dog. I don't even have a dog. I'm dog sitting today. And I forgot all about him, to be honest with you. And he is a barking. Okay, so also I have a 1/2 sheet of vellum here. And I'm going to die cut 2 sets. So 6 petals, 2 of each size, out of this piece of vellum. So let me set this up for the first one. Really, I should just use the one. I'm going to use both sets. I'm going to cheat just so the video goes a little bit faster. Set this one. Oh, no, there's no room on my plate. Never mind. And this one on here. I'll show you what I'm talking about with the next time around. And like this, bring in the boss. Run him through. Oh, and you know what? This one, I think I want him a little bit closer just to guarantee there's enough room on my vellum for all 6 petals. There we go. And run that through the die cut machine. There's my petals. And then let me show you, let's see if I can fit this on this size piece of paper. This that I set, I told you I had the press and seal. So this kind, if you just take it like this, see, I might not be able to fit them on there. Well, first of all, I can't see. Maybe I shouldn't have even tried. Let's set him down. Put my vellum here. But with the press and seal, how easy it is just to take your, I think if I flip my vellum this way, and look how it just sets on there. The whole thing, making sure he's on the vellum. And then I don't have to rearrange, and I just set it like that. And boom, I can do a bunch of flowers that way. And run that through my die cut machine. Okay, now we have all 6 petals. Where's my trash can? all cut out. And then I'm going to take the 2 big ones and I'm going to fold all of these petals. Thank goodness you can fast forward, right? So you can fast forward through the video of this folding of the petals and I won't say anything while you get it done. Okay, stop the fast forward. Now it's time to put our flowers together. So like I said, I'm going to take the largest 2 petals and I'm going to just use a little bit of liquid glue, a little bit in the center, and then stagger those petals, press down in the center, and then the medium one, I'm going to do the same thing. And then with the small, one more time. There we go. So then to put them all together, I'm going to use dimensionals again. I'm going to put a dimensional in the center, and I'm going to try to center all of them so that when I layer my flower, the dimensionals stack on top of one another, so we have less to hide when we're putting our embellishment. There we go. And I'll show you what I'm talking about when I have them all, and then I didn't do it. I didn't put them atop one another. Let me try to fix that. I want to make sure my dimensionals only show a little. That's better. I don't even know if that's better, to be honest with you. But then they look like this. But see how you can see the dimensional through the flower. So then we're going to use, and why can't I find them? Here they are. The Elegant Faceted Gems. And now I suggest the larger ones. On this flower, I'm going to use the white ones. On the other flower, I use the champagne ones, but I don't have any left of the large ones. And I want to cover that dimensional and kind of hide it. And I think that the large ones work better. And the kits that I put out, they all have the large ones. That's why I don't have any more. Okay, so our flower's ready, our card base is ready. Let's work on the inside of our card. This is a piece of Whisper White. I believe I know it's 3 1/4, and I'm thinking it's by 7. But to be honest with you, then again, I'm not sure. So first thing I'm gonna do is it's scored. This is a 1/2 inch on one end. And I've got the score line here, right? I've folded it, but I'm gonna unfold it and lay it here on my card. And this is the, which side? It's not the 2-inch score line. Let's go, that's the longer end. This is the 2-inch score line down here. But I'm gonna lay my Whisper White cardstock right along that score line. And then just with some liquid glue, I'm gonna glue that down here. You could use Stampin' Seal Plus, you could use tear and tape. I like the glue so I can move it around if I need to. And then I'm gonna take this and just close it right like that now. And then hold that down, and then when you open it, it does pull up on the card just like that. So let's do some stamping now on the inside. I'm gonna take this little sprig right here. It looks like this. Block that same Mossy Meadow ink, and I'm going to just stamp. Now if your stamping doesn't turn out like you hope it was, there's a die that can cut this out, and you can stamp it again on Whisper White and cut it out and cover up the little mistakes. But it's pretty user friendly, and I haven't had any trouble inking or stamping after I've glued the sheet down. So it looks like that, and that way I know it's on the right side. It's just where we need it, just like that. Okay, then also I have a piece of Designer Series paper, and I know this is 1/4 of an inch. It's longer, well, it's 4 inches because it's from this piece here. But I'm gonna take this piece, put a little bit of liquid glue on the back, and then on this Whisper White piece, I'm gonna fold up this piece and put it down here along, which is now the top, but really when you unfold it, it's the bottom underneath side. I'm gonna put it right there. And then I'm gonna just trim off that little 1/4 inch down here. There. Pretty, right? So on here, on the corners here, I'm going to take a glue dot. Where's my take a pick tool? Take a glue dot here and add it to this corner here. And this corner here. And that way when you fold this up, it holds those corners, and now this is a pocket here. So you can put your gift card right there in that pocket. So for this piece, we need to hold this shut now. I'm going to take a piece of our ribbon. I believe this is 8, sorry, I had to grab my tape, 8.5 inches to 8 3/4 inches, but I'm gonna tape it down, and I'm going to just use everyday Scotch tape and put that there and hold it there. Now I'm gonna make sure that my Scotch tape is smaller than this piece here, so I can hide the Scotch tape with this. And then we're gonna wrap that around and tape it again. And it's holding this piece down, so you want it pretty snug. We don't want it too loose here. Hold it just like that. So now you can test your card. When you close your card, it looks like this. And then when you open it, it looks like that. And then that gift card, looking on this one, I went hog wild and I stamped all the way around. So that's really pretty that way too. But this one here, then your little gift card just fits right in there. And you could write a sentiment here saying, you know, have a Merry Christmas, love you mom, or whatever. Okay, I forgot, well, we need to do a few more stamping. So we're gonna take this Mossy Meadow and stamp on it with some Versamark ink and some gold embossing powder. Well, you know what, on second thought, this is up to you. I think I'm gonna do it different so you can see. This is how pretty the gold embossing powder is. And if you don't know how to emboss, you need to go back on YouTube and find how to emboss. But on this one, I'm gonna show you what it looks like in case you don't have gold embossing and the heat tool and all that stuff. I'm gonna show you what it looks like when it's just dry embossed, I'll call it, with the machine. So let me hurry and stamp on this since I have it ready and I've talked forever. I wanna do Happy Holidays. So I'm gonna put my little Happy Holidays on a block here. Gonna stamp that in the Mossy Meadow again. And since it's photopolymer, we can see through it to see exactly where we want it. Nice. We're done with the ink. I think we're done stamping too. Let's just die cut the leaves real quick. I forgot all about the leaves. We should have done it when we were doing the other die cutting, so sorry about that. But I'm gonna, just to save time, I'm gonna do the large leaf and the small leaf. I'm gonna include, now if you embossed them with the gold embossing, you wouldn't include this little centerpiece, you would just cut them out with the outline. And I should take my washi tape and tape these together. But since we're just gonna do the one, I'm not gonna worry about it. And run those through the die cut machine. Okay. Where's my card base? Here's my card base. So with dimensionals, I'm going to add my tag on the front here, or the sentiment. Cover up that tape right there in the center. And then I'm going to take dimensionals and add my flower. Now it's a flower. I don't have to call it petals anymore, huh? I put all my petals together and now it's a flower. But I'm gonna add my flower here to my card. Ooh, I do like those white on the inside. Look how pretty they are. And then I'm gonna just put a couple glue dots on the back of my leaf. Well, really I'm gonna put it on the front and then put these two together. And just a little bit of curl with my bone folder. I don't want a lot, but I want a little bit. And then I will put a couple glue dots on the back of those. I think I'm gonna put 3 just to keep them secure. And then I'm gonna slide those under my flower here. Yep, I think right there. So there's the one flower, not embossed in the gold, or not heat embossed. This is what they call dry embossing, and this is heat embossing with that gold. And both cards are really pretty. This one just has that classy gold touch to it. So there you go. So here's all the cards. Well, here's both the cards that we made today. I hope you really liked them. I hope my instructions made sense, and I hope you can join me in another class maybe in January. Have a happy Christmas, happy Thanksgiving, and a happy New Year. See you later. Bye-bye.